Would you like to know how do you tell stories and attract customers for your business? And how do you gather these ideas for stories? How do you structure your story in the right way? And how do you deliver it in the proper manner? Then, in this particular video, I'm going to be sharing with you the four things when it comes to telling impactful stories. Hi, this is me, Sankash Narvekar. I am a digitalization specialist and I help business owners to grow their business and attract a lot of customers for themselves digitally. So, without further ado, let's quickly jump on to this concept of storytelling and attracting customers. Okay, so here are the four things. Number one is facts tell, but stories sell. Okay, and you might have heard of this saying, but this saying is really very powerful because when we talk about facts, we talk about the features of our products or services, the benefits that our products and services can give to the customers. But the point over here is when we tell a story that connect these facts together, that is what creates an amazing impact. And there's a reason and a psychology behind this. See, humans are hardwired to listening to stories, right from the point you're born, from your childhood, and even from the beginning of human existence, all the scriptures like Mahabharata, Ramayana, or anything, all of these are nothing but stories, right? People love watching movies, people love listening to podcasts, and majority of these things are nothing but stories that people talk about. Right now, when you tell a story connecting the features and benefits of your products or services, that is what creates an amazing impact. And you could create stories on situations. Now, let me give you an example where somebody was God sent to help me with one of my problem. Okay, so it was a very sunny afternoon, and I was riding my bike, and there was one problem that was there in my bike. My fuel indicator was not working. Okay, so I did not know whether I had the fuel or not. Yeah, and I was just riding the bike, and what happened was it just stopped in between. Okay, to whatever I was afraid of, that happened. It stopped in between. And as I said, the weather was completely sunny, and since I live in Mumbai, there's a lot of humidity over there, so it's like completely sweaty and messy and all. Now I had no option to just get out of the bike and start pushing it till the petrol pump. Now, what happened was I was just pushing the bike, and it was the petrol pump was far away. It was about like 1.5 kilometers. What happened was a person came and he asked me, "Hey, would you like me to help you with your bike? Would you like me to tow your bike?" Now now I was very happy because he asked me this. Now, what happened was he started towing the bike. I sat on the bike again. And if you're from India, you might probably know how we tow the bike, right? So with one leg, you tow the bike. And what happens is, sometimes you have to switch the leg, you have to stop in between because there are speed breakers. Then there are, people coming, like crossing the road and all. But to my surprise, this person did not even stop even at once. And we went really very smoothly till the petrol pump. Now I asked him in between, dude, like you're such an expert, you did not even stop once, and we're just about to reach the petrol pump. Wow, thank you so much, man. Now he replied to that. He told me, "Hey, I'm a mechanic, and this was my job. I actually help people." Now, when he said that, I had an amazing respect for him, and I told him that, "Hey, please wait. Let me just fill the fuel." And my fuel indicator is not working. So once I fill the fuel, I'll come to you and please repair the fuel indicator for me. Now, the point to understand over here is this person, he added value first and he built that relationship with me, and that is how he got a customer, right? So, this is an example of how do you add value and get the customer by building relationship. Now, this is something that I explained in the form of a story. All right. Now, this is how you can use your own stories in order to explain whatever you want to explain to any of your prospective buyers. All right. Now, what are the different types of stories that you can use? Okay, here are three types of stories that can be used. Number one are personal experiential stories. Okay, just like I gave you a personal experience right now, similarly, you can use any of your personal experience where there is some learning that you can impart, and you can use that as a story. The second thing that you can use are case studies. Now, just imagine that there is some case study that has happened, somebody who was facing a problem and they were able to solve that problem. You can use that and give it in the form of a story. Yeah, but you need to be capable enough of solving that problem. All right, only then you can use that story. The third kind of story is testimonial stories. Now, these are the stories of those people whom you yourself have served. Okay, now these are the best kind of stories because you have yourself served them, and when they talk about stuff, on the problems that they were facing and how you help them serve them, that becomes an amazing storyline for your prospective buyers. All right. So these are the three kind of stories that you can use. And here is the third thing on what is the structure of the story. How do you tell these stories? And telling stories is a proper structured method. Okay. Because if the structure is not proper, that story might not be that impactful. So here is how the structure is. Okay. So the first thing is the hook. Now, you remember when I told you the previous story, okay, about me driving the bike and it stopping in between. I told you a hook at the beginning. I would like to tell you a story about a person who was sent like a god to help me. That was the hook. Okay, because this is something you need to use as a hook to grab the attention of people. Okay, you don't tell them, hey, I'm going to tell you a story or just like that. Okay, but that needs to have a hook. Okay, now once you tell the hook, then you start setting the scene. Like I said, it was a very sunny weather and I was riding my bike under the heat. Okay, all so I was just setting the scene. Now, once you set the scene, then you tell about the struggle. The struggle was, my bike stopped and the fuel indicator was not working. So I had to push my bike till the petrol pump. That was the struggle. Then after that, you tell the solution. Okay. Now the solution over here was that person helping me. And finally, you can tell your learning, which I told you that you first add value. That is how you build relationships. And that is how it becomes easier for you to sell. Now, this can be categorized into any story, whatever story you want to tell. This is how first you tell a hook, then you set the scene, okay, and then you tell the struggle, solution, learning. Now, let's move on to the fourth part, which is how the storytelling can benefit you. What are the benefits of storytelling when it comes to your communication and when it comes to selling services? See, here are four benefits, okay? Number one benefit is you get better clarity in communication, because when you're telling stories, what happens is people are able to relate with that story. They can think of themselves in the example while all of this thing is happening. And when you set the scene properly, they're able to imagine everything. Okay, even when I was setting the scene for you, you might be able to imagine a few things, right? So it gives better clarity in communication because people are able to see things visually in their mind. All right. The second thing is it's better to recall information. When you tell a story, it just goes into your mind straight away. And you might have this as an example, when you were in school or when you might be in college, if you just ratify everything, if you just read stuff, it becomes difficult to understand. But when somebody makes you understand by telling you stories, it becomes easier for you to recall that information. And that's how, even when you do your follow-ups with people, let's say they did not buy from you from the first meeting, but when you do a follow-up, they will still remember the concepts that you have told them because you have used stories. The third thing is it builds a strong emotional connect, because in stories you have real people who are going through that story. You have characters, somebody who is helping, somebody who's creating problems, somebody who's the hero of the journey. Now people resonate themselves with those characters, and that is how it creates an emotional connect, because everyone, they are themselves a character in their life, right? And ultimately the fourth benefit that we have over here is it gives you better conversions. Now, because of all of these benefits, because the information goes really well in their head, they're able to recall that information, they're able to relate with that information, it gives you better conversions. All right. So this is a small way on how, storytelling can help you to improve your conversions. Now, if you want to go more deeper into this, and if you want to know how do you attract a lot of customers for your business, let me tell you, I do this 90-minute free webinar which you can attend completely for free. I've given down the link in the description. So just go click on that link. You can also see the link over here, sankash.co/control. And this is where I will be explaining you the 3 secrets on how you can attract a lot of customers for your business, especially if you're a services business owner. All right. So I'd like to see you in the webinar, and thank you so much for watching this video. Please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button so that you never ever miss any of these kind of informative videos from my end in the future. And let's meet in the next video. Until then, bye-bye and take care.